Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my, best of the best practitioners of light and love. I call upon the elders of the highest wisdom for the highest good that work in light and love. I call upon star families of the like, angels of the like. I don't even know. It's like, it's 2:38 in the afternoon now, and I'm going through some very complex situations here that should have been very straightforward when it comes to the legal system. So Jesus, I call you in. Do I need to call you by your full name? Was Jesus Christ? I need some help here. Please help me. Or just continue on. I filed for a continuance because Tuesday was when at the end of the day, the respondent's legal assistant reached out to me at the very end of the day to ask if it was okay to submit files at the end of this week via email as opposed to hard copy tomorrow, the following day. So it was just a little insane to me. I was caught off guard because in filing an SOA, a substitution of attorney, which got filed just recently, while trying to secure another job and trying to figure things out without any financial support from the respondent's end. We're even talking about the bare minimum, 50% of, just 50-50 with what is it, child support. So it's rather strange to have to go through this process knowing that my the firm that I parted ways from did not transfer the files over, did not even offer to transfer the files over until yesterday morning. Actually, it was end of day, so I didn't receive them until yesterday just before noon. Then I went to the courts to get some additional information, find out what my options are, and it appeared as though the most favorable one is to request a continuance. So I did that. It took me, about an hour, sitting through, and it was, I told you, it was a busy day yesterday. So I did that, and I called to follow up. I just made sure that they received it, and it wasn't until and then I followed through with the respondent side. I replied to them, and I just gave them a heads up, and just the notice, and it was, I would say, absolutely considerate of me to do so, given that the physical files of serving the continuance, it was just like a heads up. Hey, we can go ahead and reschedule a meet to discuss. And that was ignored until this morning. That international number was actually the lawyer calling from another, obviously another country. And so I didn't know that until the voice message was left, and I checked the email, checked my email, and lo and behold, there was a response there. So, of course, they were speaking in double standard form, because back in February, I was given less than a week's time notice that there was a continuance because of their substitution of attorney. And moving from self-representation to a senior attorney to be granted that, whereas in my situation, I was just handed the forms. I was just handed the forms yesterday and moved quickly on all of this. And I gave the week time, as much time as possible, but consider it double notice that I've provided. And included all parties. There was no, I was transparent in everything, and they denied it. This was shortly after I replied back to the attorney to today with regards to, requesting an agenda of items. I mean, that's what you do in just regular business. Even internally, you should have an agenda of items to discuss that you're relaying with the other parties, regardless if they're internal or not. And so that was ignored, and it was also ignored as far as the name of the person that I'm dealing with. Their substitution of attorney had one name, and then another name was referenced, and then another name was referenced. So it's like, who am I working with here? Nobody's really answering to that. It's some very, very basic questions, which absolutely blows my mind, given that maybe the courts are unaware of the real dexterity of the situation. So I'm going to allow for that, and just give it that room, because Spirit is watching. We called upon Jesus, and greater forces are in play here. So whatever's meant to roll out will roll out accordingly. People are being watched. There are notes being taken in the beyond. And when it comes down to it, I don't need to say much else. And I don't need to retaliate either. That's the most beautiful thing about this Jesus energy. I do not need to retaliate. I do not need to speak poorly of others. I've come to the realization that people will see the light, and if it be through their own darkness, oh my, let them be surprised themselves, okay? But let them know that upon crossing my path, I'm very, very much protected. There's only so much that can be controlled. So, I still have to appear in court with very, very, very little notice to come across as a professional attorney myself, representing myself. Given the situation, wow. We're either in for a real, real justice to be served, or a real calamity, like a real zoo. And, it's been a long time coming, and, Spirit's putting everyone to the test here. For me, it's just to keep calibrated and stick to the facts. And, the Spirit's saying, I can do this. If I can't gain the pro bono lawyer in time, then that'll just be another weighed-in factor. I'm doing whatever I can possible. Seriously. So, I don't know what else to say with regards to this. But, I'm just supposed to surrender to what, Jesus told me, just surrender these burdens. Okay? Things will turn around, okay? Things are turning around. And I think it's just so much more rewarding to place faith in that than what I have before. So, we're going to take a look at some things. And I guess, if there's real opposition to this, then what I will have to do is learn a few things about the justice system here. Well, we're going to figure this out, but this mission is not just for myself. This is not just for my children, but this is for society as a whole. Well, I know where I'm coming from, and I know that it is correct. I know for a fact. Now, I don't know if anybody is going to come out of the woodworks and try to help me with some pro bono work that is legit, or even a reasonable rate where I can put in an IOU, something. I don't know if that's going to happen, because I haven't even received, okay, this year, $0 in what I do. And it's, like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, I don't know if I have any firm feelings on it other than, like, okay, how do I say it? I do have some feelings towards it, for sure. I mean, I can't lie about that. But at the same time, I can't make any firm deductions about that. Like, I can't say that I'm a failure because what I have, I've invested in hasn't provided any type of finances, like even to buy a cup of coffee. Like, I'm not doing that anymore, and it's like I'm not sure exactly how this is all supposed to play out, but there are some tweaks in the plan, and I get to see how Spirit is and Jesus kind of works through delegation of parties and gifts and all of that. So I'm very interested in what's going to happen next. I did all that I could possibly do with regards to this. And like, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say, because I'm just you know what, let's go ahead and do a read on the attorney, the respondent's attorney. Let's get a firm grasp on, because it appears as though, since I did a last read, like, I don't know, a month or two ago, firmly on the actual individual that was put on the SOA on the other end. They I'm hearing weaseled out. They weaseled out because they knew whatever I was saying was absolutely true, and they didn't want to be put under the light. So there's one or two other attorneys that have been placed to represent this the respondent. So let's go ahead and just get a quick reading on that, and see what's what I need to see out of this. Okay. So tell me about the respondent's attorney. Spirit, angels, love, and light. My core divine team. The yeah, I'm hearing even the spirit guides of those individuals, whether it be those people that I just scribed in mind, whether, okay, like, what's the deal with them, okay? What's going on with them that I need to be very aware of, okay? I mean, you can add something that'll trip them out, but tell me something about them, okay? Okay, so quite a few came through. Of course, there's like twists and turns and shuffles that are meant to trick the mind, like distract. So you saw that there was like a maneuvering, like you don't have all your cards together kind of thing. That's the approach here. Okay, so we have the World card muted and the Queen of Swords muted. Okay, and then there's two others over here. So in saying muted, that's saying that they're trying to ensure that, like, there's no real sense of closure for someone that speaks the truth. That's what their intent is. And then off to the right side, Page of Wands muted and the Ace of Cups pronounced. So they're looking for a full-on return. You know, like how they say, oh, taking somebody to the cleaners, but it's usually like the female doing that to the male. What they're doing is trying to do that reversely speaking. So they're going to try to take me to the cleaners. And as far as like not being able to complete certain things, like there's okay, Okay, so this is the approach, but what does it say about the individual that's representing them, you know, in court on the 5th? What is happening with that? Okay. They may, This is a little difficult in the read, Spirit. Okay. Let's get a little clarifier for this, because what I'm getting here, just like offhand here, is that they are going to try to put a stop towards, you know, like they're not going to play fairly. That's number one. Okay, that's definitely their intent, especially with like it's crickets now. They're not responding to any of my emails, any of my inquiries that are posed, like very, it's like not even like mine were very respectful and like legit, transparent, but they're not willing to do the same here. Okay, so let me see here. So they may no, well, that's what it looks like. They may hit the mute button on the continuance, like they're starting something but it's mute, so they may comply with the continuance in order to get more, or just whatever is working in their favor, they're just going to go after. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's war to them. That's how they play. But they do it in like such a like little like charming manner, like of a child. Like, hey mom, like this is like your Gerber baby that like your poster child of like, you know, non-assuming, non-threatening, like, oh, that's just a kiddo from the neighborhood, you know, that's a reputation in the courts, in order to get the maximum return. So they play upon that. They're aesthetics. Okay, so okay, so let's get confirmation on that. Okay, let's get clarity on that. Do you have a clarifier for that, for those two cards? Okay, that's the one. The Moon card. Okay. Okay, so their intentions are firm. Okay, they walk through the dark. They have other wolves behind them that will support them in the background. Okay, yeah, like the wolves of Wall Street kind of deal. Very much bound to money. So, and this person is the key holder for each wolf. As you can see, there's 3 wolves behind her and 3 keys right here. So, the reason why these wolves are obedient to this master is because this master serves as a key holder, being a senior attorney to these 3 wolves in the background. But it's more than being a senior attorney. There's something more to it than that. It's like they've also become chums, like friends. So it's not just like obligatory support because of the turnkey in business matters when it comes to finances, but it's also that they become chums. So there's also moral support, like fraternity type of, like, I got you, like your enemy is my enemy. That's what's going on right there. Okay, because he holds, or you know, the brightest torch there, which means that this is to be passed on to, you know, and it also sets as an illumination. So there's something. Okay, so there's that. Oh, and they're able to sway the waters, okay? So the moon card is very compelling with an intent and the push and pull. So this person has quite a bit of amount of pull when it comes to getting what they want. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Anything else on a personal level that you want to convey? All right. So we have 10 of Pentacles here. This person is a rich mofo, let me tell you. And 6 of Swords came in like, you know, this one was faced up. This one was faced like down, but kind of also muted, upside down. So there's, on a personal level, they're able to seek calm within their, what do you call it? Within their, like what their finances are able to achieve for them. So, like their home life is kind of separate from their work life and their approach. However, one, it's like blood money, you know, doing it this way, like I don't get the feeling like that it's like loose morals. You know, I just need to get what I need to get in order to be effective, in order to achieve that. So it's like a clock in, clock out type of role that has become very easy being a key holder. Okay. So, yeah. What landed in lap is the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So on a very personal level, because it landed in lap, because we're channeling that, that energy on a personal level, there's some gap between that, because we have something pleasant with the pleasantries of home and abundance. So they've got the pockets, the deep pockets, in order to find like solace in that. But like in lap, what's being ignored is that there's some kind of huge heartbreak that had happened, like some foul play. It probably has to do with, this is like a romance gone bad, like absolutely like bad. Some huge disappointment, definitely. From close combat is what I'm hearing, because these are neither daggers nor like absolute swords. They're the in between, which means it's close combat, but like it still reaches you even at like a distance. Like you have to be within auric field to pierce. Like there's something formal, like really formal about this. Yeah. So 5 of Swords in reverse, it's dropping the ego. So something that really knocked him down. Okay, so that's probably how he can fuel the dissonance, how he can approach his clients' cases in such a severe manner, such an aloof manner, because they already got, you know, at least if they don't have the camaraderie and the substance of like a one-to-one romantic relationship, guess what they like for real? I mean, they might have a ring on their finger, but that doesn't say anything really. But what goes on behind closed doors is something that they would really not like. So they cover it up with their finances in finding calmer waters there, as well as being a key holder to others here, okay? And being like the breadwinner, like I hold the torch, you know? So that's what's going on there, okay? Because that fell in lap, and to have those two cards paired together, that's absolute. Okay, is there anything else that you want to say? Okay. The Star card, okay. Clarification on that. Is that me or them? I don't know. I feel like Hanged Man. Okay. This person, what do you call it? Compartmentalizes. They revel in compartmentalizing. That's okay. I think what they dream of, like on the surface, they may appear to be a star, right? But like deep down inside, they know what powers a star, and they don't feel like so. They dream of it. They dream of achieving that status that is at core value, not just on aesthetics, not just on surface level, not just the Gerber baby poster child face, but really being that at core. So what they do in compartmentalizing and like kind of mediating the psychology behind it is that they admire others that are also of star status. And this is, I don't think it's the same industry here. There's something like where there's adoration and respect for those that, there's like some kind of escapism type of thing when it comes to the relatability of, you know, fame and fortune. So it's like they've already pocketed that understanding, but there's like, a void of its actual form. Like if you have the money, if you have the talent, if you have the colleagues that will back you up, even like hush hush, where you don't have to really pay them under the table because you're in that much power in network to be able to kind of like pay people through that, you know. Yeah, that it's like you have it all, but you quite don't. And I think it's because of this vibe over here, this heartbreak, this loss. It's something that really deeply needs to be healed. I mean, and knock them down several pegs. But like in some, this is Eight of Swords energy. It's very stuck energy. Stuck, definitely. And so I don't know if they're cognitively kind of like putting that like aside. I think they're refusing to see that, but at core, when they're alone, they really do. They like, who do you have to lie to? You can't even lie to yourself. And that's why we have the Hanged Man here. So, you know, I think that's a saving grace about this particular attorney, that we're crossing paths in a way that there's a potential for healing, but there's a potential also for extreme misconduct, and they are due to see extremes either way. And given that there's like so much wealth already and like behind the scenes like underground networks that, you know, can support him in such activities, that there's like still a void, you know, and so they're due to experience extremes, which is, I think, when you're looking at like the like secret value of it, I think that's what they desire. They desire an extreme shakeup. Okay, in order to go at it like this, like that's what they secretly desire. Mm-hmm. Because to go through this and knock you down after like all that you've accomplished, of course, there's like a certain desire for extremity within the pursuit of like rectifying the heart and whole, your passions, your what really drives you. So, gosh. So I'm just reading the cards. Like I'm trying to remain neutral in this so that the messages that need to come across are meant to flow through. So that objective point of view in like dreaming about really being that and also seeing that in others, because that's firmly what they truly desire. They desire a sense of hope in, especially following these cards, to get out of feeling like that's stuck. I'm hearing like kind of a loner energy to it, because like when they're around their chums and other support figures on a very like surface level view, that only carries you so far. But so like they still experience this like behind closed doors. Like even in transit, like flying on a plane, during that downtime, there's no conversation that can cover up, like no nicety, like no small talk conversation that can cover up these feelings. They're just holding you over. And that bottled up energy is, due to explode. Yeah. 10 of Swords, just as we were talking. Yeah, it's a killer. Mm-hmm. So that's very interesting. Okay. So, okay, what else do you want to say here? This fell on the Queen of Swords, muted or inverted. It's the Seven of Cups pronounced. Okay. I felt like, covered. So what I'm getting there is like, there's a pause button for this individual, because right now they're kind of just like lying to themselves. I mean, this is in sum. This is what we're looking at, okay? Hitting the mute button on closing cycles and kind of lying to yourself, but also being very truthful. So there's like an influx of energies, what do you call it? Vacillating energies between truth and lie for this individual. And what the beautiful thing about that is that this paves way for new options to be considered. That's interesting. Okay, I didn't know I was going to be talking about the healing of this person, but okay. I mean, following from what we had just, the prior reading, I'm supposed to cross paths with these individuals to that I come across. It's for a higher purpose. It's not just for like, okay, I need to get through my court case in like a fair fashion. And there's something more to it. It's not just like point A to point B. There's so many other facets, other plans. Like the complexities of the divine realm is so extreme. Like there's so many tangents. And so, okay. So Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It opened to that. It's the Sun card muted, the Emperor muted, and the Ten of Cups pronounced. Okay, so speaking of my position, it's interdependent. Like what I'm doing is interdependent energetic work. It may look like I'm not like standing on my own 2 feet, but there's definitely abundance there. Especially there's Nine of Swords right after it in reverse. So this work is ongoing that I have for myself, but it's I'm hearing like strike a pose because like 10 of Cups, this is fully pronounced. This is absolute abundance for everyone, like happiness. That's what I bring. What do you have? Like you attain the 10 of Pentacles for the sake of achieving the vibes of the 10 of Cups, which is absolute happiness. Everybody gets to partake in it. You're not like, it's not loner energy. This is not having to have like small talk. This is like genuine-ish, especially with the spirit in most absolute form, securing this. Spirit is on mute, watching all of this, everything. Spirit is the person or the energy that I directly report to. That's the boss. And so it's like a side-by-side energy. So you're saying that I'm the sun. Absolute. And I embody that of spirits, guidelines and protecting the best interest of all, really. I mean, you don't get the rainbow without the light. You know what I'm talking about? That's like closed case, end of discussion. You don't get this without that. So Spirit is trying to like unite forces in order for people to really see that part of what I deliver. Okay, so we're going to lay that out there. And then bottom of the deck now is Four of Pentacles. So this is part of it is being like passive with my messaging, that I just seed it out and then it is received accordingly. This is also being kind of like hands off. This is ownership, but through the realm of like, I'm not going to micromanage this. Okay. You do the healing work when you can, when you want, when you feel ready for it, but you got to challenge yourself to it. I mean, this is notice. This is like, I'm serving the papers for Spirit, like actually for your higher self. Okay. I'm serving it to you for your own good. You can't ignore it at this point. Yeah, I mean, Spirit would not put you up to the test, nor me, without knowing that we're like, without believing in us. you know, to carry through, to follow through. So behind that is the Nine of Cups. You know, that's individual happiness, independent happiness. So that's 1 cup away from those 10 of Cups. Just feeling good about that. You know, like there's only so much that I can do. So I have to surrender the rest to Spirit. And I really like this because this type of reading tells me that there has been a lot of growth, even with all of the, like, not just hiccups, but and speed bumps, and so those, like, internally caused, those, like, you know, jumps, ridges, internally, but also externally with the speed bumps, right? So, but to be able to speak well of what another person is going through, even being on the opponent, or let's say like an adversary's end, you know, I strive in relaying the other side as respondent, rather than opponent or adversary. Like, it, to set that tone is important to me. Now, if I see, and that's also regardless of what we encounter on the other end, however they refer or prefer to use diction to their advantage versus the whole. So it's really looking at that, and I'm seeing how far I've come despite other people's choices. And so, you know, hopefully the reflective quality in pronouncing that will also display on the outside. And everything is a process, so, you know, if not now, then later. King of Pentacles in reverse. It does take, I'm telling you, it took me a lot of work to get where I am right now. So, King of Pentacles in reverse, like someone who's fixed financially and in a safe spot. You know, I would suspect, you know, it would be more difficult of a decision to make change. Yeah. So you don't know. Like, okay, so what's behind that? Okay. Page of Swords. Yeah, they have to be ongoing in their learning processes. Okay, it's opening up to here. Justice in reverse. So, why is Justice in reverse? 3 of Wands. The ships are coming in regardless, you know. The ships are coming in regardless, which means justice is already in motion. I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, Page of Swords, like, seriously. I don't know what else to say about that other than the fact that we're all learners here. And regardless of what we think about this or that, regardless, let's say, regardless of the opinions, the true justice system is working upon the facts and using, like, being in touch with the actual specifics. The ships are coming in. It's what's behind that? The 3 of Cups for celebration. So we have master number 33 here. I think that's a master communicator, an interactor. So, you know, I already excel within my communication skills. I may have, you know, the few hiccups of filler words, but the content and the intent is strong. The interpretations are very well educated. Yeah, so we've got that. Okay, I like it. Top of the deck. Yeah, we did say the King of Pentacles in reverse. Let's switch it out. 4 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I'm not going to take that card. I have the option not to look at that in the face. You know, other people's energies that are just not, I can say goodbye to that. That's okay. I can take Spirit's Cup and realize that the respondent side is unwilling to seek fair resolve. That, you know, that's all there is to that. Now it is time and due for bananagrams. All right, Jesus, what do you want to say to, like, is there anything else that you want to add to this? Like, I really feel, I don't know. So there's you. Think about yourself in this. The rainbow that's about to be turned up. The only other thing that you can do is focus on yourself and being healthy, getting enough sleep, eating right, not letting this get to you, like your health and your wellness. You know, that's your, along with the kids, that's your main priority here, okay? So we have ATTGYUSWILGPEZSEGNIVAJR. So we have a junior here, or JR. We have Gate, Sage, Pete, Leah, Tina, Steve and Steven, Jerry, but with a G, and ERIE, so it's a different spelling, okay? We have also the Getty, Watts, Lisa, PETA, like, you know, a nickname. Give me a second here, okay? Okay, I have to probably wrap this up later, but Gina, Jane, okay. We have singer. Okay, so some people might do some sewing, but also they might be like vocalists. But regardless, it's about working on your throat chakra, your creativity. We have an evangelist here. Huh, that's interesting. We have an evangelist here. Okay. So they're pretty extreme with their... that's interesting. I mean, we obviously have angel here, but we definitely have an evangelist here. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. PJ, RJ, Ray, Gray. We have play. Okay, so not to forget, like, we're here also to, like, enjoy life. Legitimately. Jag. Somebody might, I think he has a jaguar. Yeah, jaguar. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he has a jaguar. What? That's interesting. Okay. Stu. Okay, somebody's name. Tut, like King Tut. Somebody is like a real energy vampire, because we see fangs, like they're really happy about what they can get away with. Something about that, that's really weird. And playing the end game, that's what's happening here. Okay, so let me show you that. As you can see right over here, what's going on. Okay, YZ end game. There's a happy eyes, a nose, and then like a bear nose, you know, so like not harming anyone or whatever, but once they smile, they show the fangs. So that's what's going on for that. Now that this reading is officially over, I thank all my sponsors and my supporters. I close this reading, closing all portals, sending all energies back in light and love with their appropriate karmas too.
Can you go now?